Hi, it's Kaz again. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of a 3-part video series called Atari 2600 Repair and Mod. This is part 2, the AV mod. If you haven't seen part 1, you can go back and take a look at it. That was to replace the capacitors and to remove the RF modulator. I have these little kits here. They work really well. I'll put a link in the bottom of the description so that anybody wants one, they can purchase one. We're going to install one of those today. The first thing we're going to need to do is remove this little transistor Q202. It is Q202 on the 4-switch Ataris, the 4-switch Woodies, and the 4-switch Darth Vaders. The 6-switch, it's Q201. Let's get started. Okay, what I do, real easy, I just snip the legs off it. And just make sure none of them are touching or bend over and touch anything. Jeez. Bend them out of the way. And yeah, maybe. Jeez. That's it right there. That can go in the pile. All right. Now we're going to strip the wires back on the kit and start the install. Okay, so 2 things just happened while I was off camera. I realized, one, that we have to remove a resistor, this one right here, R209, and as I was looking for resistor R206 right here, I was just prying back a little bit to get the letters, and I snapped it in half right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is right there. So I'm gonna have to replace that. Now that is it looks like a 1, it might be a 1000 resistor. Let me do this. Alright, let's do this. So, resistor with the same banding next to it. Let's see, that is... Oh, get that out of the way. Let's try that. Alright, 1K. Alright, so looks like I'm gonna, since I broke that little resistor there, I'm gonna have to replace that. Okay, I'm gonna remove that resistor now. That is what my broken resistor looks like. Bummin'. Alright. So now I'm gonna install the new resistor. these. Resistors in. You get your kit out here. You'll see I leave plenty of length on each end. For this application, I end up cutting off about 5 inches, 4 inches, and then stripping back some of the insulation so that I can free the wires up. Now the way this is going to work is we are going to be putting the ground right here in hole number 1. Hole number 3, we're going to put the 5 volt, which is the red wire. And hole number 4, we're going to put the video wire, which is the green one. And over here on R206, which is this one right here, you can attach the white wire to that, or underneath the capacitor next to it is an open hole. You can solder it right into that open hole, and that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to strip back the wires on this and get going. I will usually put this down right there in that spot where we remove the RF modulator, and then audio wire goes in hole 4, power wire goes in hole 3, and ground goes in hole 1. That's from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the wires go with ground into 1, 5 volt into 3, video into 4, and then the white wire we're going to put right down in that hole there. Connecting to R206. Let me get the geez. There. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the soldering. Okay, those are all soldered up, and I'll snip off the bottoms. Alright, so everything's soldered up. I got the wires pushed down, the AV mod mounted. Now we're going to deal with this end. This goes to the RC jack output. Let's work on that. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to modify the bottom case to hold the RC jacks. Alright, now I pre-drilled the holes. What you want to drill is basically, a 1/4 inch, space them apart, You can mount them up any way you want. I usually go yellow, red, white, white, red, yellow. Doesn't matter, as long as you do the wiring up on the inside. So I'm going to start putting these in. I'll turn this around so you can see this. Now this right here is going to be the ground, so I'll put that in, and I will bend the tab a little bit so I can get a hold of it. You put on the lock washer, and then the standard nut, and my incredibly fat fingers do not want to work. Come on. There we go. And I'll put the grounds to the top, and I'll show you why a little later. There we go. Alright, and now I'm going to take the time out and mount the rest of those. Okay, I got them mounted up here. Now I'm going to attach the wiring. So what I normally do here is I strip back several inches because well, you're only going to need 3 out of the 4 wires that are attached here, so you don't need the 5 volts anymore, so that's gone. Alright, and you strip back the ground as far back as you can, because you got to run that through all of those. And then as far as the video and the audio, the video you only need to strip out a little bit. The audio, you need to fit it through both of the center terminals over there. So what we're going to do there is we're going to strip off enough to fit through both of those. So let's see if we can get that through all 3 of those. There we go. There's that. And then the audio is going to go through that one and that one, and then the video is going to go into the yellow one. Alright, so I'm not sure if you can see this. So if you take a look here, I've taken the ground, I've run it through the 3 ground terminals on the top here. I've taken the audio, turned it from 1 channel to 2 channels by running through the middle of the red and the white. And then the video, I ran through the yellow right there. The wire goes around. The wire goes around and back down to the mod. So I'm going to solder these in there while they're sitting there, trim them up, and then we'll, I guess at that point, we're just going to test it. Okay, here we are at my monitor. I'm going to plug in the wires. Alright, I'm going to plug in a cartridge. And then I'm going to plug in the power supply. Here we go. Wish me luck. Yep, sometimes this cartridge. And there we go. Look at that. You know what? I forgot to cut that resistor. I think that just affects audio. just cut the resistor out. The what was that again? R209. Now, oh, see, there's your audio problem. Okay, now the colors, sometimes you need to make adjustment to the colors, and I'll show you that on my screen capture. But this wheel right here will allow you to make all your color adjustments. And that looks like it right there. So, is this the right plug? There we go. Oh, that sucked. Oh, let's put it on the right one here. Oh, I must have had it on 2-player. I can see some shadowing on the monitor there. Colors aren't quite right, so this machine may not have been the best. Again, this is my first time turning it on, so there may be other problems I'm going to have to investigate. Alright, I think I got it figured out. Much better. Just the color on the color wheel here. The issue was I was running my AV through an AV to HDMI output into my Elgato HD60S and into my HDMI TV. Well, apparently the Atari did not like all that conversion. So I plugged it directly into the side, and the colors are fabulous. Alright, I'm going to try again. Alright. Oh, I forgot you can't do that. Ah! Come on, come on. Man, I am awful. Alright, let's give it a try. Got one. Boom. Come on, come on, come on. chance. So that's how it's done. Like I said, I stick the mod right here. Wires. Follow the instructions. The ports in the back. And don't try to run it through an Elgato if you want clarity. So this is how the AV mod's done. So I'm going to add the pause mod. This is another one of my Atari's, pause mod with a toggle switch right there. And right there, I got a little blue LED. You can pick whatever color you want. I just want it to be different. So in the next video, we'll do the pause mod and the LED mod. I want to thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. I will put a link in the bottom in the comment section if anybody wants to purchase the kit from me. It's a relatively easy kit. The schematic's really simple. So I'll put that in the comments. If you got any questions, email me at commodorekaz@gmail.com. And Kaz out.